It's the way Singapore wakes up. Wake up, Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. Wake up in the morning feeling like Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show here in Singapore. We are the Big Show. Glenn, Angel, and Daphne.
And Nicholas Fang.
And our guest for this morning is Nicholas Fang, Managing Director of Strategic Consultancy at Black Dot and Director of Local Sports Marketing Agency Novastella Consulting.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think for today's conversation.
No, there's tons more. He's like this multi-hyphenated person. He's like
There's only like 25 hyphens in that title.
ex-national fencer.
Yep.
He's also like senior advisor to the Asia Group. He's also like director of security and global affairs at the Singapore Institute of
Graduated from
International
Harvard.
Wow.
Oxford.
Sorry, Oxford.
Also
Oxford,
journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything.
Oxford, sorry,
Clearly
Oxford.
does not know how to use a microphone.
Oxford better than
I think you all
Harvard.
finished before I get closer to the microphone.
Wow. Okay.
Well, nice to meet you, Nicholas.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah. How nice. I haven't met you before, so it's
Indeed, and it's my first time in the Kiss 92 studio.
What do you
as
think of the
well.
upgrade?
Very nice,
You
very
like it?
swanky. Yeah.
she just so
sad.
easily set up.
We're working on the pool next door as well. I'll
Excellent,
invite you once it
excellent.
opens.
I think
up.
he's also very pleasantly surprised to see you in the studio, Daphne, because usually
It's
he'll
the
be
flag
looking at
that-
FD.
I shan't say which is
Couple of
better in
different-
case FD is listening, but
Of course he's listening.
And you know this goes out permanently anyway, so he
That's
can
right.
always come back and watch it if he doesn't catch it now.
I miss you, FD.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. We do miss you, FD. We do. Yeah. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, or tell me, I guess.
Tell Daphne.
Yeah.
No, I think in today's context as well, in terms of what we're going to be talking about, I have to say that I'm also a failing, struggling golfer. But, I'm very...
Glenn loves that.
We play all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
It's one of my
started
best
playing...
buddies. No?
We started playing slightly more than a year ago, and Glenn has improved so much.
Don't say
and
that,
I
lah.
potentially might have gotten worse.
What's
from
your
now on.
handicap?
My golf swing.
Fair enough.
This is why your wife is like texting me as well and going like, oh yeah, Nick tells me that you're so good now. I'm like, what? Please.
Well, if you play 4 or 5 times a
week.
week like Glenn does, I would be surprised if you're about to
He's
turn
got a
pro
pie
soon.
safe. I've never seen Glenn
It's
with a pie safe face.
Slow and
knows it's
steady.
true.
lah.
He
Slow
knows
and
it's
steady.
true.
And he just recovered, and when is he playing again? Saturday.
Saturday with the good people from LIV Golf.
Which is on next week, right?
It's
Not
on
this
next week.
weekend.
Next
Okay.
weekend.
Okay, tell us a little bit about LIV Golf. Tell us about the tournament, which is happening next week.
The Rebel League.
The
LIV
Rebel
Golf.
League. Why the Rebel
So,
League?
because they can't seem to get along with the PGA.
Why?
Because the PGA is being a bit difficult.
Because the PGA is the OG, right?
It's
but
the established, it's the long-standing
The
league,
monopoly.
It's the monopoly until now.
But why must it compete, though? That's my question.
Well, because of limited talent pool, basically. So they're fighting over the same players, and now there's a rift between the groups of players who have chosen whether to stay at the PGA, which is people like Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods,
Yep.
they're very staunch
Yeah.
supporters. And then they're the sort of bad boys, right?
Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, DJ. Phil Mickelson was one of the big names who went over, Sergio
Yeah.
Garcia. And LIV is really positioning itself as the upstart. They've changed the format.
They're
It's
shaking
a bit
things
rock
up.
and roll. It's not the very calm, sedate.
Traditional.
They've got lots of
golf that we
money.
explore. Yeah, and
So they can't. So players who pick either or can't cross over.
And
they
this
can't
is
play for
because of the
both.
PGA.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you do understand why they would want to protect their turf, right? So they are saying that you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't go and play over there for big sums of guaranteed money. So they first
They're
one of my
dangling the
issues.
carrot.
One of my issues is that it's not really competitive in a sense because it's there's no cut. So if you know, everybody looks a bit puzzled
Yeah.
now. But if you know regular golf tournaments, they have 4 rounds, and then at the halfway point after 2 rounds, they usually drop the bottom half of the
Yeah.
field, more or less. So
Okay.
you're out, you can go home.
So it's the top half that
And the
makes
top
it,
half
right?
make it and play for the big points and for the big
Okay.
bucks. In LIV, it's 3 rounds and there's no cut. So they are fighting for the
Guaranteed
bigger
win.
paychecks, of course. So you can say it's competitive in that sense, but it's not that kind of competition that I'm used to. I grew up watching as well. But
Yeah.
who's to say things shouldn't change?
Change.
over
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I don't like the cut. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, if you get a fixed number of people playing in a competition,
Yeah.
then you don't need to cut anyone.
Why not let everyone have a chance then?
Yeah, I mean,
So from the point of view of the audience, Liv was saying that the audience gets to see all the big names all the way through.
Yeah.
And of course the players, they play 3 instead of 4 rounds. It's
Yeah.
a little bit easier. And wow, the transfer checks to lure people over from the PGA to Liv was eye-watering.
Oh, okay, let's talk about that. I'd
amazing.
love to hear about how
Amazing.
much
Phil
money.
Mickelson's earnings last year, $122 million.
Nice.
And how many tournaments did he win on Liv Golf?
None.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
kind of league I want to play in, man.
Yeah.
All right, it's Wednesday, the 19th of April.
Kiss 92 Day Check by Gain City. Gain City's 42nd anniversary sale is here. Enjoy 42.
First year with Liv, I think he made a total of what? 4 million or 5 million?
Oh, I should have kept playing golf.
So
My
you're
goodness.
just saying just to transfer them over from PGA to
Hundreds
Live
of
Golf,
millions.
hundreds of millions just for that. And
Yeah.
how much is the winning check?
I
the
think-
tournament.
I think each tournament they win maybe
3 or 4 mil.
Yeah, 3 to 4
Okay.
mil US.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Can
And
they
PGA?
get?
I tell you what's insane, okay? Insane is Liv Golf offering Tiger Woods $800 million US dollars
him
to
saying
come
no.
over, and him saying no.
Rumored.
Wow.
Rumored. Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Why don't they? No, just an idea. I don't know if you know the Live Golf people, but set aside money for talent. You're saying the Chainsmokers are going to perform there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chainsmokers are performing, yeah.
Why don't they get
Next weekend.
indie artists? To come and perform?
You know, I'm
we don't cost that much.
I'm all for change.
Yeah, for sure.
So Liv Golf, they have 14 tournaments a year.
How many
that a
does
lot?
the PGA have? Yeah, I don't know
Well,
what
the
rest-
PGA, they've got a few, but most of the time we take note of the majors when it comes
Okay.
to the PGA.
Okay.
The Masters just ended.
So like the St. Andrews and all that, those
Yeah.
are the majors,
You see,
right?
yeah. The problem here is that these people have been made to choose, and that's what I
Yeah.
don't like. I mean, when the PGA first started to speak out, right? They said, "Look, it's either you play for us or you play for them." And I thought that was
That's
not
not
cool.
very nice,
What do you think,
yeah.
Nick? You think that was cool, no?
But
Making
you
them
have
choose.
to understand, right? Because if they can siam some of the PGA tournaments to play the big money events and live, and then when they feel like it, swan back in and play the big
Right,
events.
then they can do
it's
both,
like,
yeah.
then my other events, smaller events that you chose to abandon, you don't have the star power. So why should I let you flow back and forth like you like? You want to go, you go lah.
So let's say someone who's gone to Live Golf now, if they don't like it, can they go back to the PGA and then promise never to go back to Live Golf? Will they accept them to come back in?
That situation hasn't arisen.
Right,
yet,
okay.
So
Too much money, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then you haven't talked about the source of the money yet, right? It's Saudi
Saudi oil money.
But the-
Well, Saudi money, yeah.
But you see, no one makes noise when the Saudis, buy Newcastle United, or
some people make noise. Some
Some
fans
people
will make
definitely
noise,
make
yeah.
noise.
yeah, but not at the level they're making. So much noise now when it comes to Live Golf.
So-
They're coming about like human rights issues and
are
stuff.
the players all the older players, or are they signing up a lot of up and coming
Well,
as
they got
well?
young up and coming ones
Up and
as well.
coming as well,
Of course,
right.
I feel the veterans. I think they saw that there's a cash out.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
It's like
Kevin
Ronaldo
Na
going as well to
the
Saudi, Saudi
US
Arabia,
or Saudi and all that, yeah.
and making all that money after that. He's set for life. Him and his children and his
But
grandchildren.
these people are, it's their rice bowl,
Yeah.
So if a league comes about who's going to be providing you
Yeah.
with a more stable source of income,
So this
Then
is the
why not?
question lah. You talk about rice bowl like macam they earn $4,000 a week kind
Yeah.
of thing. Bro. This one you have
Cash cow.
200 million or you have $250 million. How is that going to change your future?
And you're talking about endorsements, playing the
Different
game,
yacht lah,
everything.
different
Yeah,
yacht, right,
exactly.
you can buy, but
I'm guessing there's a lot of politics involved as well.
A
For
lot.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
a lot.
Every sport.
Firstly, I mean, it was set up by Greg Norman, who is not exactly, an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Since the
well,
above
the
board.
PGA they look at Greg Norman as a rebel, which is why the
It's called
whole
the
of,
rebel.
of Live Golf is
Live
now
Golf was
the
set
Liv
up
Go-
by Greg Norman.
No, he
It was
their
his-
CEO.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, he's their CEO.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Was it his idea?
Possibly. He was
Probably.
pushing this idea for some time.
For many, many
but
years.
then
Okay.
he managed to get the Saudis to
back it up.
Yeah.
But it's
Nice.
exciting though. I love watching LIV
I
golf.
think having some sort
I-
of competition is exciting, in
Yeah,
that
they
sense.
play in shorts, for example. Like
Yeah,
the
I
PGA,
don't-
everything is prim and proper,
Pants.
I
right?
don't like. I can't deal with watching people play in shorts. I don't mind playing in shorts myself. I'm very hypocritical,
Can
but I
you
can't.
explain what that means?
Playing in shorts.
Or long
long
pants.
pants.
Oh,
like
you
the
can play. Oh,
traditional-
literally, you mean the
Because
shorts,
play in
the
shorts.
golf
clothing
is very
shorts.
proper game, right?
Like
So
tennis.
for many, many
Like
years,
tennis
it's
as
like
well.
very proper. Especially when it comes to the PGA, they're a stickler.
Is it all
for
white? It's not all
rules
white,
and-
right?
It's not
like
Wimbledon.
tennis
It's
all
not
white, right?
Wimbledon golf, no.
No, but it's the equivalent actually. If you think about it,
Because they have to wear the pants.
you know,
They cannot.
when someone is teeing off or when someone is playing, no music.
But live
No
golf,
distraction.
You're allowed
it's
to have
like quiet,
music.
please.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
that's
LIV golf
true,
is a
yeah.
party.
Nice. So it's like
So
a rock,
it's
like you said,
different.
it's like rock and roll.
Yeah, lah, so if it's like an exhibition event, I don't care. But if you try to position it as like a competitive event and all that, I still prefer 4 rounds, a proper cut so that people are fighting from the start. Whereas if you cruise all the way to the final day and you're guaranteed, I just checked for one of the recent tournaments, the last guy got $122,000.
The guy,
First place
wow.
guy
Okay.
got 4 mil.
Okay.
Then there's a team event, so they're trying to make it to Americanize it a little bit to have like team competitions.
That's fun as well.
Yeah,
Like
but I don't think anybody
rally.
cares. These teams don't have any sort of legacy. They're trying to have like a draft and trade players. I'm like, please lah.
So you're
nobody
not a
cares about
fan?
this. No,
You're not a fan?
I think it's great to have innovation in sports, but this
You're
still
just
would
not the
watch
target audience, I guess, or you're not. They didn't capture you.
I don't
with
know.
their-
They're trying to draw people in. Like Glenn was saying, there's a huge fan experience. The hospitality is so expensive, right? I mean, I was thinking of buying Indian. Glenn, you bought, right?
Yeah.
But I haven't.
For
But
Friday.
Indian being a huge fan experience, I mean, you have the capability of getting more people involved in a sport that not everyone would think of.
No.
I mean, like you've got your football, your swimming, and
It's
stuff
like this,
that.
like
People
the
think about-
Formula One of golf.
Really? Wow, it
It's
makes me
kinda.
want to go and I don't
I
even play golf,
know.
Well, if Formula One had some nonsense competition where everybody wins
Everyone
or something
wins.
like
Change
that,
tires
then
as many
lah,
times
that
as they
would-
want.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, but as much as I am a bit of a traditionalist, I think there's still always place for growth and change. But yeah, we still don't know how it's going to pan out.
Okay, we'll go on
okay.
air once again and talk about it. We can also talk about, golf in Singapore and,
Yeah.
your impression of golf.
I used to play golf.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE heading west towards Tuas, right after the Toa Payoh exit, a vehicle has broken down. Also on the AYE, also towards Tuas after Jurong Port Road's exit, avoid the right lane. An accident has been reported. For any other news, WhatsApp us at 8855-0920.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show. It's Glenn, Angel, Daphne, and Nicholas Fang with us this morning. Always good to have you on the show, Nick.
Always good to be here. Thank you for having me so bright and early.
And usually we talk about politics. Today,
really?
we're
Yes.
talking sport.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
other
talking golf. We're talking
talking LIV
specifically
golf.
LIV golf.
That is the worst kind of politics, sports politics.
I mean, there are other worse politics.
Is there a lot of politics in sports? So let's talk politics in golf.
Yeah, for sure. We're talking about the sort of battle between the two major leagues. Now, I guess there's the PGA. Okay, I shouldn't say the two major leagues. There are a lot of major leagues, but the standard, the OG,
OG.
The PGA, yep.
and then LIV. So it's political battle. It's pressure on the players to choose sides. It's gone into the courtrooms now to
Yeah.
try to see who can enforce non-competition, exclusivity, right? So you choose and you can't play the other side. So it's a bit of a mess.
If I may ask, is this the first time that there has been a tournament that has gone up against the PGA like this, or have there been others that have tried?
There have been others that have tried. So the CEO of LIV Golf, Greg Norman, has been pushing for this notion of like a breakaway league for some time. But this time round, he managed to get the PIF, the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, to back this particular venture, and that's why they've been so successful. They have got tons of money, and it is a bit of a money game in terms of attracting the top players to come over, getting the locations, and getting things up and running, which we will see in Singapore next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah.
So it's tough. Sports is political. It's money.
So is this a case of because they have such deep pockets that it's successful?
I was going to ask that.
I think
You
to
know?
get off the ground, it was very, very important.
Yeah,
If
of
they
course.
tried to start out, small scale, a little bit grassroots type of thing,
Yeah, yeah.
they wouldn't have made the
Wouldn't have
splash.
worked, yeah.
We wouldn't be talking about it today. They wouldn't have, entertainment and hospitality and all this sort of crazy stuff that will draw people to the sport. So even though I do sound as if I'm a bit of a traditionalist, I think there is a space for innovation and change.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you need a catalyst like these rebel guys to come in and stir things up. So I think it's still not clear who's going to win. It's still just
A worthy
about,
opponent.
Well, 48 players, right, are going to be playing between the 28th and the 30th. And I'd love to...
Go get your tickets. I
it-
say go get your
yeah.
tickets. You don't want to miss this. It's huge. I think this LIV Golf event at the Serapong
At
at
Sentosa.
Sentosa Golf Club is history in the making.
This is the first time ever in my entire life that I've actually considered going to watch a golf game because of all the peripheral events that are happening around it.
Right.
It's kind of like your Formula One. You don't have to be a fan of the race to be a fan of the Formula One.
Yeah.
The event in Singapore. 'cause
And I
you've
think
got
if
all
it
your-
goes well this year, LIV Golf, it's going to be even bigger next year.
I think so as well. I mean, they already have the Chainsmokers who are going to be performing
Yeah.
next weekend. So I think that alone, attracting the fans of the Chainsmokers who are not fans of golf, you get extra people in and you get that awareness of the game as well, because automatically you're going to say, what's the game all about? And you're going to learn some little bits about it.
And I mean, the performance is not going to be, at Sentosa Golf Club. It's
No,
going to
no,
be
it's-
on
oh,
Palawan Beach, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Palawan Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm so confused.
No,
But
so
when
much.
you're talking about that, all I can think of is like a bunch of people in golf gear
Yeah.
at the Chainsmoker concert. Like, I don't know how that's going to look.
It's gonna
but
be
in my
on
mind.
Sentosa.
But whatever the case is, I am really, really
Excited.
excited.
He's really
I
buzzed
can't
in his
believe
face.
it's actually going to be happening here in Singapore.
It sounds like it's going to be a cool event.
I mean, as we speak, they're in Australia right now.
Okay, so they're
Wow,
doing the
okay,
tour.
okay, so the
Okay.
tour.
Yeah, not
Nice.
the tour, they're playing.
They're touring the world.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more to Nick on The Big Show TV. It is 8:17.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian. Introducing Putian's Day.
So how many countries will it be going to?
So every
this.
year, it's 14.
Every year it's for LIV Golf?
For LIV
or
Golf.
For PGA as well? It's the same
For LIV
thing?
Golf, no, PGA is their
more,
own.
right?
They've got, as I said, smaller tournaments, and
Right.
then they've got the majors.
Okay,
I can't remember
okay.
how many
Masters?
majors are, Nick? PGA.
PGA majors is 4.
4, is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
4. So it's the Open, the British Open, the PGA, and the US Open.
Yeah.
Okay, so Adelaide is happening this weekend, and then Singapore, and then Tulsa,
Hmm.
DC, Valderrama, London, Greenbeard. Wow, they're
So you
traveling
can see
to
how
quite a few-
exciting it is, right? If these golfers were to leave the PGA completely, they would still be able to survive.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of, people are saying right now, will LIV Golf survive?
Sustain.
In the long run.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
What do you think, Nick?
I think it's too early to say, right? Because
How long has it been around? I mean,
just
how old
over
is
a year.
Oh, just over a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very, very new.
It sounds like a PGA Coachella crossover almost, Because to be honest, I think this is something that I heard when I was living in LA. Like Coachella is no longer, or even South by Southwest is no longer just a music festival. They bring
Yeah.
in a lot of brands. You have a lot of booths because you see because it's going to be an event that attracts a lot
many
of
people, yeah.
So a lot of advertising and a lot of movie passes. A lot of promotion goes on that
Yeah.
it almost isn't really a music festival anymore.
So
You know,
Nick, yeah, go ahead.
I agree with Nick. I like the fact that, golf is a gentleman's game,
Yeah.
it's proper and stuff like that. But I can't help but feel that if we go down that road, the popularity of golf will also go down. I
That
feel
road-
like
no,
we
no,
want
no,
a
yeah, I
new
get what you mean.
generation of people playing golf, right?
But then I'll be devil's advocate. So when Tiger came into the game,
Yeah.
he drew in tons of people, new people, because he was exciting, of
Yeah.
course, because of his ethnicity and his background. But it wasn't. He didn't have to be like a rock and roll Andre Agassi guy. He's just really, really good at the sport. So that can drive growth as well.
Yeah.
But that being said, I agree. I think there's space for both, right? If people like the traditional or people like the rock and roll, it's okay to have two options. My big question is, what is going to be good for the game of golf?
Yeah, you see, Daphne wants to take up golf right now because of LIV Golf. She used to play before. Then she was bored.
Not that I was bored. I just chose music over golf. Yeah, and I didn't realize you could win so much money. I think my dad tried to tell me, but I was like, okay, we have to go on.
I want to go sing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we should bring Daphne next time when we play golf.
Hey, I'm down. But I'm left-handed, so I can't use any of your clubs.
You can buggy with his wife, Julie.
Okay.
Okay, and then we buggy because you can still play, right?
I need my own. I need to get my own.
I'm just afraid she'll get hooked, and then she'll neglect the music.
No, I mean I'm almost
You can sing on the course as well. Yeah.
Hey, I'm really in it for the money. Okay, so I get really good, really fast because I'm already getting old. But I will say
Then we got to play for a bit more money. Sixers, we have to up the stakes. We usually play $2. Now we have to play $4.
Let's double it. But I'm with Nick honestly because I watched my dad grow up loving golf, and then he's not here anymore. But it's something that I agree with. Like there was a certain amount of respect that came with the game, especially when you watch the PGA. That silence always confused me because I'm like, there's so many people there. Why is it so quiet? And the idea that one golf ball and one dude can command an entire field of people to just be quiet. There's very few talking because everyone's just waiting to see.
Yeah.
And so there's something classic about that. And I hope that we don't lose that with all the noise that the youth is bringing to the world now. I do hope we don't lose it. But I do think that bringing people into the world of golf, this might be the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to push for, Haneri performing at next year's LIV Golf.
All right, manifest.
Speaking of money and all that, what about advertising? Are they allowed to advertise on both in terms of advertisers? Like say Adidas or whatever. If they are a massive sponsor of PGA, are they allowed to sponsor LIV Golf or even dress their players?
I haven't heard of any sort of conflict between sponsors yet, but I think it's quite clear that the sponsors of the guys who stay with the PGA seem a bit more aligned. I give you Adidas, for example. So when Sergio Garcia's moved from PGA to LIV, they dropped him as a sponsor.
Right.
So
okay. So they're loyal that way.
Yeah. So there's a lot, and I'm sure it's again political pressure. The other sides are saying, hey, if you're with us, you're with us. You shouldn't sponsor the guys who went over there. So it's a little bit ugly, and it will stay a bit ugly for a while. Things should calm down at some point. But again, I keep coming back. Is it actually going to be good for the game of golf? Will you, in the worst case scenario, have people coming to the events because they are events as opposed to a golf event? And then after the event, they go for the concerts and stuff. And after that, okay, bye. I'm not going to think about golf until the next LIV event that comes.
Like the Formula One as well.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about that. Yeah.
Well, some people are
no, of course.
diehard
Of course. Yeah. No, but
petrol heads, yeah. So it will be interesting to see how it plays out. I hope it brings in more people, more sponsors, more interest, more media coverage. It brings Daphne back to golf. It's great.
We really need more people talking about golf. I feel like a lot of people talk about golf now.
Do you think the PGA has enough money to sustain itself and they're not going to be priced out by LIV Golf because they've got buckets of money?
So one positive move from the players' perspective was the PGA actually stepped up its game last year and started to increase prize money at certain tournaments. They created a player impact program, PIP, where they said, if you have the most social media impact, we'll give you like a bonus, that kind of thing. So Tiger Woods won it despite not winning anything. And playing 2 tournaments.
So he has
about right.
He has the biggest presence.
Of course he needs more money.
Let's talk about this on
Right.
air. Can I ask Nick the question again? I think it's very interesting.
I forget what we were talking about.
Money.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the TPE heading towards the SLE, just at the Tampines Avenue 12 entrance, a vehicle has broken down. If you spot anything else, it's 88550920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is a good friend of ours. He is the Managing Director of Strategic Consultancy at Black Dot and Director of Local Sports Marketing Agency Novastella Consulting. And that's why we're talking about LIV Golf and whether LIV Golf can coexist with the PGA this morning.
Yeah, and I had a question for Nick. Because LIV Golf is funded by the Saudis, and they're dangling all these $1 million contracts for people to abandon the PGA and move over to LIV Golf. Will the PGA eventually be priced out
Can
by
I
the
correct
people at LIV
Angel
Golf?
what she just
Oh,
said?
sorry.
You said that they were trying to get these people away from the PGA.
PGA, yeah.
That is not true.
No?
That is not true.
How is
I don't believe that's true.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay,
they set it up.
so LIV has not enforced any sort of exclusivity, right?
Yeah.
They're not saying you have to play with us only.
Okay.
But I think they knew that once they started to do this, you force the hand of the PGA to then say, no,
Yeah.
we will impose exclusivity.
Then you're not
because
allowed to.
we
But
need
they want to
protect.
coexist. The truth of the matter
Oh,
is,
LIV wants
LIV
to
has come in.
Okay.
They do want to coexist. If they can, they would love to coexist.
Have
That's
they
what
outrightly
say
said
lah,
that? Have they
bro.
said?
Do you think that if they had a chance to blow the PGA out of the
I'm
water,
sure
you think
they would
wouldn't
want
take
to,
it?
yeah.
Well, but it's not.
But you don't know
To
that.
me, it's not their objective. You see.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure they still respect the game.
Yeah, if the PGA keeps quiet and goes like, okay, fine, I mean, you guys can play in
Nah,
LIV Golf
then I will
tournaments
ask you
as
what's
well.
their objective lah, and then hashtag sports washing, bro. They're using sports to create a better impression.
But you see, this is what I mean, right? I mean, the PGA, they're attacking LIV Golf and saying that, okay, it's Saudi money and this money is tainted and blah, blah, blah. But you're a Manchester United fan. Right now, I think
Glazers,
the
still Glazers.
right?
Yeah.
But the Glazers want to sell
Potentially to the
club to the
Qataris.
Qataris and all that.
Or Jim Ratcliffe at Ineos. Yeah,
And-
so there are a few, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we should be puritanical and hypocritical and says, oh, you can't do this. But I think it's good to have an understanding of what the objective is. And it's always some kind, nobody gives free money for love and fresh air, right? There's always some kind of objective.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I mean, what we were saying just now was that it's been a good move for some of the players because now the PGA has had to step up its game. They've raised prize money in some of their tournaments. They've created the Player Impact Program, which rewards people for having good social media engagement. So, in a sense, it's sort of forcing evolution on the part of the PGA to try to be more connected and engage with fans as well. So, might be a good thing all round. Again,
That they kind of have to pull up their socks and keep relevant,
Exactly.
right?
Daphne?
Yeah, I have just a wild thought that maybe the idea of LIV Golf bringing in all these like heavy hitters right now is to maybe make room for the less popular golfers that are not part of the PGA, but to give it more, like LIV Golf itself, more popularity, and then to swap it out. I mean, it's not impossible, but that in that way, wouldn't that be good for golf?
game.
Yeah, because you're not just putting all the money into the heavy hitters or the people that everyone already knows. You're also opening up that stage. Like you form the stage, and I came from Idol, right? So you give someone a stage to
The
be
opportunity.
Yeah, maybe they can't afford to join the PGA. They can't even afford to join LIV Golf at the moment.
Yeah.
But then as you swap out, bigger
favorites
players
and all that, yeah.
for people that are trying their hardest to make a name
It's
for
quite
themselves.
interesting. Greg Norman just came out, I think yesterday, and the report was this morning that he said you won't believe the list of guys who want to come over and join LIV.
Exactly.
He says these big name guys and all that. But yeah, I think Daphne's point is correct in the sense that there's sort of a guaranteed payday with LIV because there's no cut. So everybody gets paid, right down to the 48th guy who still gets 122,000.
And they're all professional golfers who have mouths to feed at home and all that. I know we
This is
we
their
think of them as
profession.
like, oh, look, it's not like they're eking out an existence. They're not
another
poor.
$100 million just to feed my family. Yeah,
They're
I'm
living
not
off the
sure.
interest of the interest of the
But you
interest.
see, this is where the PGA comes up and says, look, what's more important to you, money or legacy?
Yeah, so obviously LIV is just over a year old, so they haven't built classics, they haven't built their equivalent of the majors. So it'll take some time before they have iconic wins, right?
Yeah.
So and now they're trying
And
to introduce this.
it could be a nobody too right
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
It could be like
next Tiger
a
Woods.
team tournament that they're trying to build and all that. So they're trying to do new and innovative stuff. Again, it remains to be seen whether it becomes like classics, like iconic stuff.
Yeah.
How they'll integrate with the. So now they can play in all the majors, the LIV golfers, which is interesting because we
Only if the LIV golfers are in the top 50 in the world.
general qualification,
Yeah.
and then the ranking points gets affected a little bit because they can't play in all necessarily the ranking tournament. So it's very messy now.
Why do I love LIV golf so much?
You see?
I love it.
No, but
I absolutely love
I'd
it.
love to find out who you guys
I
think
wanna
will
interview
come out tops.
Greg Norman. Greg Norman on the show next week, everybody.
Well, I think
Need to
Nicholas
get in touch with the LIV golf people.
Nicholas can make that happen.
I'm telling you, if you have Greg Norman in the studio, all of you will fall in love with him because he has that charisma.
Can we also
He's a
have the chain
charismatic
smokers in
guy.
here as well? Can we
Yes,
get the chain
please.
smokers?
I'm not interested in the chain smokers.
Let's just get them in. We just want their fan base.
Okay, on the Big Show TV, we're going to be talking a little bit about golf in Singapore. I'm just wondering, is golf getting more popular here or is popularity waning with the closure of some, the impending closures of
Courses,
some
right?
of our courses here? All right, keep it right here. It's Wednesday, the 19th of April.
Kiss 92 Day Check by Gain City. Gain City's 42nd anniversary.
But before that, I want to find out who's going to win next week.
I don't think they know.
No, I mean, you guys have your favorites or who to watch. Who to
care,
watch. You
unfortunately.
don't care. Oh dear.
Do you ever care? Do you ever care? Because like you said, right? Unlike
Brooks
the
won the
F1.
last one.
Oh, okay. So are you rooting for Brooks again?
Kepka. Hey, he won the last one.
I was just glad that a LIV golfer didn't win the Masters.
He almost won it, though.
Almost, it was pretty
Phil
close.
Mickelson and Brooks Kepka. Sorry, Daphne, go on.
No, that's okay.
You
I'm
were going to say
learning. I'm
something.
learning. I'm absorbing.
It's okay. Go. You had a question for Nick.
No, I was. I forgot it
Just
already.
who-
Oh, no, I'm
But
so
I mean,
sorry.
It's okay.
In case you want to go for next weekend, the passes are not pricey at all. It's
What? The
No,
club
but
passes are
hospitalities.
crazy.
no, not yeah. But I'm
Studio
saying
54, baby.
Wait, for ground passes, it's $150 for a 3-day pass, and this gives you access to the interactive fan village, performance zone, live kids zone, and much more.
So the free champagne. I don't
no,
care.
I want hospitality, of course. I mean, I'm not walking out in the sun. This is why I don't play golf.
And the weather has been jalat.
No,
I think
it's-
It'll be
if it
okay
stays
lah,
like
it'll
this,
be okay.
it's going to be really, really
Club
hot.
54, that's what it's called.
Club
Club
54.
54.
But it's
Studio
all
54
happening.
is that.
Studio
So
Club
Club 54
54
is $2,939.65 for a 3-day pass.
That's crazy. And it's all
It's okay.
happening
Free flow of champagne. Why
at
not?
Sentosa. It's all happening. At
It's all
Sentosa.
happening.
It's
Saudi
Sarah
cannot pay for these things, man. Why must they charge so high for all of us?
$1,000.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You can start
That
your
is
day
pretty
with a
crazy.
handcrafted drink.
Nick is not going to be there because he's going to be away.
No, I'm away this weekend.
Oh, this weekend. You'll be around next weekend.
Next weekend, I'm going to see whether they get desperate because I don't think they're selling well. So I'm
Oh.
waiting to see
No, no, no,
whether-
no, no.
Oh.
It's fine. Okay.
Glenn.
Glenn, hook
No.
your
You,
brother up,
you
brother.
got some extra passes, do you?
let me make a few phone calls later.
Oh.
I think it'll be a nice experience.
I think
you
so.
know.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know if I can get hospitality for you guys, but
Oh no. Just
It has
to
to be
manage.
hospitality,
Yeah,
isn't
of
it?
course.
I
I cannot.
just
I
want
have to do the
tickets
air
to-
conditioning with the free
just
flow
want to go
champagne.
check it out,
and-
right?
No, I just want to go see Chainsmokers.
oh, okay.
That's not
Golf,
even on the golf
golf, woman,
course.
golf.
No, I'll do
but it
the-
gives you a day pass to watch. I think.
I don't think it's inclusive of the concert though.
No,
I don't
so
know
if
if
you go
the-
all the way to the bottom, you'll see like tickets to the Chainsmokers.
Hmm.
But if you get a pass, you get a grounds pass for Saturday.
For the course,
yeah.
right?
This
Not-
segment is not sponsored by
Live Golf.
by Live
And-
Golf, by
and
the
it
way.
should
It's
be
just-
though. We're talking so much about
I
it.
know, right? But yeah,
Maybe
and
next
also
year.
the Chainsmokers. But there's no VIP. You could get VIP too, but it jumps from $170 to like $1,200.
Oh.
But do you see the potential in it, Nick?
I tell you what, I see more potential.
Okay.
More needs to be done for women's golf,
Yeah!
especially in Asia. Given that
I agree.
so many of the top women golfers are in Asia,
That's so true.
not much more could be done to elevate the game. You know, the prizes for the winners of the HSBC and all that, it cannot compare to the PGA.
Why
to
is
the
there
LIV.
still
It's
a
always less,
disparity, though? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
So the traditional argument that it doesn't draw enough audiences compared to the
Because of
male
the money.
game,
That's
blah,
not
blah,
true,
blah.
actually.
But that's absolutely
it's
not true anymore, for sure.
I prefer watching the women
Numbers-wise,
play.
Yeah, like you lah. One
No,
time,
all of us
are
actually.
women playing for
There's
LIV
so much
Golf?
more grace.
No.
Oh,
But I think they're thinking
My reputation,
about it. So it's a chicken.
they're
and
wearing
egg, right?
pants, right? Do women wear pants as
No,
well?
they wear skirts. Oh my gosh, they have such.
Thanks to Mary Kwan.
I was just gonna say. I was just
Mary
gonna-
Quant, the inventor of the miniskirt.
So the question is, if you say that there isn't much buzz or interest, but you need to create that buzz and interest, and say, but that requires investment, and there's no investment. Then there's no investment because there's no buzz, and then it just goes round.
It's
and
a
round.
chicken and egg.
Yeah.
So I'm working on something.
Ooh.
Hopefully at some point.
So
Nice.
if I get good enough, can I be a
Can
part
I
of
come
it?
play?
Spokesperson?
You can submit your application.
Yeah,
We'll evaluate on a
okay.
case by case basis.
Wow.
Let me just tell you, okay? His wife is an excellent golfer.
Okay.
I think she can be your mentor.
All right.
There you
I
go.
think Julie will be a very, very good mentor for Daphne. And then very soon, we can all go out and play.
You play with her this weekend, then we see.
This weekend, I can only do 9 holes this weekend. That's
His
all I
wife
plan for.
plays like Nelly Corder.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch women's golf.
You
don't
see,
watch-
you
Yeah.
talk so much just now.
No, I'm
Women's
just
game,
saying-
you don't even watch yourself.
I don't
assume
watch any golf.
is
I
okay,
watch
fair
it
enough, fair enough.
when my dad used to watch it. But and to be honest, the last few months, right, that he was alive, he almost only watched women's golf. I don't know if that's the
of
only thing
course
that
he
was
did.
on.
It's the most
No, it's the
graceful.
golf channel, so it was just showing a lot
Women's-
of women's golf.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
it might have been that
So
particular
Golf Channel
tournament.
not being shown in Singapore anymore.
Oh,
All
really?
these apps that used to show golf not showing.
That's
So
why I
it's really hard
subscribe to StarHub, because there's the golf channel there.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only reason I subscribe to StarHub. So I've
And-
got StarHub and Singtel.
Oh,
And-
the Golf Channel is still around. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the courses closing. How many courses are closing?
Warren is closing.
Yeah, that
That's
we
my
know,
club.
yeah.
Closing 2030.
Marina
Oh, that's
Bay.
7 years
Marina
from now,
Bay
you're
is
fine.
closing next year.
This is
That's
all
a
for
public
redevelopment,
course.
obviously.
We don't know.
Orchid Capital.
Of course it is.
I mean, there's word going around is because the younger ministers all don't play golf.
No, it's
That's
because they need more flats.
Golf is not so important like
It's a
before,
conspiracy theory.
Lee Kuan Yew will encourage all his ministers to play golf. That is the truth, right? That is a fact.
Was
No,
Lee Kuan
Nick-
Yew a golfer?
Of course.
He was, yeah.
Oh my
Was
god, he
he?
had
Them
such
are
a
all
beautiful swing, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah?
photos.
Nice.
But the issue is, of course,
Excuse me.
land.
Land, yeah.
Scarce land space in Singapore.
Prime land, especially. I mean, Marina Golf
Yeah.
Course. I mean, that's
So all the
sitting-
golf
is
courses around the catchment area safe because catchment area cannot touch.
Oh, the reservoirs
then
and all
Warren
that.
is around the catchment area, next to
Not-
Tengah Air Base and all that. We have-
Yeah. That's why I think Warren might potentially be safe.
Will
because
stay.
Tengah also, but Tengah is Is it
Tengah
moving?
has been
Tengah is moving,
they've
right?
got the flats being built there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that
that's
might
why
be-
they're getting rid of Warren, because if the airbase was still there, they would keep that because of
Have
the
they
height limit
confirmed
and all
about
that.
Warren? I thought they just said the lease runs out, but they didn't
Yeah.
say.
They didn't say
confirm
lah.
going
I'm
to
just assuming
Speculating.
it's gone.
I'll try asking some people. I can't get an answer.
They will not say anything lah, I'm sure, even if they knew.
But I mean, chances are if Tengah is being redeveloped as housing, it will go, because then they can build flats there as
Yeah.
well.
like
you know?
Jurong Golf Club,
Yeah.
Jurong Country
My
Golf
dad
and
was
Country
a
Club.
member of Jurong Golf Club.
So actually, there were plans.
Is it
you know,
still
for
there?
That. Yeah.
I used to hang around there as a kid because my dad played golf when I was young.
Some plans changed.
But physically it's
high-speed
still
rail
there.
and
physically
things
it's
like
still
that,
there. I mean,
Oh, right.
But it's closed, right?
it's closed.
It
It's
hasn't
closed,
been
Jurong
torn
Golf
up, but
Club.
it's closed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So quite sad
Jurong,
sometimes
Orchid,
when you
Keppel.
drive by.
Warren lease running out. Yeah.
Keppel as well.
Will it not relocate? Would Warren
There's
not
no more
relocate?
land.
No more space.
There's
to
no more
relocate.
land.
No, because the younger ministers don't play golf. That's why
Hey,
they
No,
don't.
now
Then-
the thing is that they may take another course away from SICC.
Oh, okay. Let's go on there.
SICC has plenty of land.
I love SICC. I want to join SICC, but no money. So.
300k only.
Ed Sheeran, Eyes Closed, right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. We've been speaking to Nicholas Fang, Managing Director of Strategic Consultancy at Black Dot and Director of Local Sports Marketing Agency Novastella Consulting. I'm so envious. He's got like the best of
Also,
Both worlds.
also journalists,
Yeah.
sportsmen, sports journalists,
One of the most
ex-fencer,
interesting people I know. If I want to learn anything, I'll just ask him.
Wow,
It's true.
That's a bad idea.
Although, yeah, while we're out, while we're playing golf and all that, usually, I mean, we don't.
He's
What do
not
you
this
guys-
persona,
we don't talk
right?
What do you guys,
politics.
what do you guys talk about when you play golf?
Depends on how many
Talk
beers
sports.
we've had.
How many-
lah,
how many
right?
drinks they've had.
At the
But
start,
don't
it's very
you-
technical. It's about golf, and then it slowly degenerates into nonsense.
And every time we play, right, we tee off at like 7
AM?
7:15, 7:20
So you're
thereabout.
day drinking.
By 7:40 a.m., we're
Oh my
drinking.
gosh,
It's called a
they're
breakfast
drunk
beer. It's
before
not
lunch.
We're never drunk. What are they talking about?
Oh.
We're
Beer is the
never
best
drunk.
Right.
Sports drink. It's a complete food.
Oh, right. It's a
beer.
complete food. I like
hydration.
that.
Is it considered
Rehydration.
working out if you're drinking beer in between?
Okay, don't drink too much.
This-
That's the thing.
What
This-
is too much?
Too much will be
That one depends.
Yeah, it's
8
relative.
cans each throughout,
That's too
the
much.
game.
That's a-
That will be too much.
That's a big night out for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
2 or 3 cans, okay lah.
This segment is not brought to you by beer.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's only 8:39.
Okay, wrapping up. Any last questions for Nick?
No. I did say, well, who do we look out for next week at next week's LIV Golf tournament? I mean, any up and coming players that people should look out for?
Well, they have a couple of interesting young Asian players as well.
Okay.
But I like Dustin Johnson. I liked him when he was on the PGA, and
I wanna
I'll
see him win
be
here.
looking out to see how he does. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like
I
a
want
fun
to see
weekend.
Phil win.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I want to
Wow.
see him win. Phil Mickelson.
Isn't he like 95? How
You're
old is
gonna
this
say
guy?
something. I know.
Phil Mickelson would have been like the best golfer of all
If
time
not
if
for-
Tiger Woods didn't come along.
Ah, right.
Tiger stole his
His
limelight
Wow.
completely.
He's only 52, but I feel like he's been around forever.
But look at him. He knows how to take care of himself.
Yeah.
Look at Tiger and look at him.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got to pull up some pictures. But I wanted to ask Nicholas, if people want to find out about the thing that you're doing, which you also haven't told us about, with women's golf, where can they go to find out?
Nowhere yet.
Nowhere yet. I think we were just talking a bit off air that more could be done for the women's game, and we'll see what we can do about that from the sports industry point of view. But I hear, from sources that LIV is looking at LIV Women as well, potentially
nice.
as something to roll out in the future. So I think that's great. I think women's golf doesn't get enough attention, doesn't get the attention and interest that it deserves as a sport. And there's so much that could be done in Asia, especially since we have so many of the top golfers in the world are actually from Asia, from Korea, China, Southeast Asia, Thailand, India, Philippines. So it'd be great to see more being done for the women's game.
I would love for it to eventually be LIV Golf, men and women playing together.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think
why
that-
not?
that
you
will
know?
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
why not?
sick.
and
I wonder whether we
why
can-
women and men?
Let's
Why can't
ask
it be
Greg
together?
Norman next week.
Okay, next week when he
Okay.
comes on the show. All
See
right,
whether we can get
fantastic.
him.
That would
Maybe
be great.
virtually.
At
No,
least.
no, we'll
be
have
here
him
next
come
week.
in.
Yeah,
here.
sure. That's right. Okay.
Let's get him in.
We need to talk to a few
Okay.
people from LIV Golf.
right.
Greg Norman on
Nicholas
the big
Fang,
show.
Nicholas Fang.
Anyway, thank you very much, Nick, for joining us this morning. It's been a pleasure as always.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
How, Daphne? Okay.
Yeah, Ken. What do you mean?
First
Ask
time.
me.
No, because
yeah, very
wait,
nice to meet
Because
you.
this morning I'm
Very
like,
nice to meet
we're gonna
you.
have Nick on the show. Nicholas Fang. She's like, oh.
So is
She's
it
like,
interchangeable? Is it D&D, Daphne and Dutchman?
Oh, I don't think he liked that very much.
Okay, every time
Irreplaceable.
every time Nick is on, we'll have
Daphne.
Daphne on
Oh.
and FD on as well. How about that?
5 people. Good luck, Shalini.
Why not? We're not called the big show for nothing. All right, thanks, Nick. Thank you very much.